Good afternoon, everyone. I'm starting my dinner because I'm putting it in the crock pot. It's going to be on high for 44 hours. So it's called Mississippi Chicken Crock Pot. It's in the crock pot. Crockpot Mississippi Chicken. Okay? So, I'm going to show you what I put in it, and I put a crock pot liner in my crock pot ahead of time. So, it wants 1 medium onion, but I don't have an onion, plus I really don't want to. So I'm going to use minced onion. So what I'm going to do, 1 medium onion is probably half a cup, or I'm not sure what it is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle some at the bottom because it wants me to put it at the bottom. Okay? So, hold on. See, my minced onion. Going to put a bunch at the bottom. Okay, so I did that. Okay, then it wants me to put the chicken on top of the onions. So, let me put the, see, got the chicken, let me put the chicken in there. It's a little bit frozen. I took it out this morning. So, okay. Oops, get the bag in there. Alright, so. Let me wash my hands because I grabbed the chicken. Okay, and I decided I'm going to have some green beans and mashed potatoes with it. But I'm not making them homemade, but it's in a container that I'm going to heat up. So, it's not going to be a long video of me cooking everything, but I want to show you how to prepare it. Okay, so I got 3 chicken breasts into the crock pot. Okay, it wants me to put 1 packet of juice gravy. Okay, and the rest of this stuff is going over top of the chicken. So, it's called a juice gravy. Y'all probably know what that is. So, I'm going to sprinkle that. All over the chicken. Okay, let me spread it. Okay. And this makes, the liquid's going to make great gravy for your mashed potatoes or whatever you want to use it for. Okay, so now it wants 1 pack of ranch dressing. Now, I don't have a pack of ranch dressing. I use the ranch seasoning. This is almost gone, so if I run out, I have a bigger one. But I'm going to use this first. But 1 pack, I always forget, so I always have to look it up. 1 pack is 6 teaspoons or 2 tablespoons. So I'm just going to do it 2 tablespoons. Or you can do 6 teaspoons, same thing. Okay, this one is about gone. It might be enough for 1 tablespoon. Let me see. Oh, yeah, 1. Sprinkle that all over. Almost a full tablespoon with a little bit left in there. So I'm just going to sprinkle the rest of it. Okay, finish this one up. I got a bigger one. So, okay. Then it wants, we're using, now this is Mount Olive, like your pickle brand, but it's sliced pepperoncini. Sliced pepperoncini. Until this recipe, I've never heard of those peppers. Okay? But this one says Italian seasoned. I guess there's plain ones and Italian seasoned, but I couldn't find the plain ones. That's all I found. And it wants 3/4 of a cup of juice from the pepperoncini. So this jar was filled up with juice, but I poured most of it in a cup. And I'm not looking at the recipe, so I had to make sure I had everything out. And I measured the juice from the pepperoni. 2 peppers fell in there, but yeah. 3/4 of a cup of the juice. Okay, and then these they said 8 to 10 pepperoncinis. So about 8 to 10 of them. But it says sliced, but they're like in strings. So I'll just put some in there. I don't know if they're hot because I ain't never heard of these. So, Mom. I'm hoping they're not. I'm hoping they're not hot. Okay, that's about it. All right. Then I'm going to pour the juice from the jar there's 2 pepperoncinis inside of there because they fell in. Okay, that. Then it asks for 1/2 cup of sliced butter. So I had a stick butter. It's all over here. Bring it over here. I already sliced it all up. 1/2 cup is 1 full stick. So I'm going to lay it sparingly all around the chicken. And that's it. All that'll be. So. Let me get the paper off. All right, see you. Love you. Love you. My daughter was here. She's leaving. So, just saying bye to her. All right. So, I just sliced it at the lines that are on the stick of butter, you know. Each line is a teaspoon, so. But it said 1/2 cup, and that's a full stick. So, just remember that. 1/2 cup, or remember 1 stick. Okay? And with the combination of the pepperoncini juice and the juice from the chicken and everything else, hopefully it'll make a good gravy. If not, I can add a little bit. Make my own gravy. I got gravy packets. Well, I think I got a little bit of brown gravy in there left over from something else in the container. So, okay, spread out. Trying to get the butter off my fingers is hard because the water's not hot. Okay, so, I got a paper towel here. All right, so. That's it. That's it to this Crockpot Mississippi chicken. Okay? It says 3 to 4 chicken breasts. Forgot to tell you that. 3 to 4 chicken breasts. Okay? So, 1 medium onion. And I'm guessing you can use white onion or yellow onion. But, even a red onion, I'm guessing. But they want you to cut it up and put it on the bottom. It doesn't say... I don't remember if it said diced or sliced, but I guess it don't matter. Maybe just sliced into little, the strings, put them in there. Put the 3 to 4 chicken breasts on top, and then dump your 1 packet of juice gravy, 1 packet of ranch dressing, or if you use ranch seasoning like I do, it's 2 tablespoons or 6 teaspoons. Okay? I just started doing that because I use it for a lot of different recipes. So I figured instead of buying packets, I might as well just buy. And I was buying this, and I got another one, but it's the big one. Kind of big like this. Kind of like this size. So, and then 3/4 cup of juice from the jar of pepperoncinis. And, forgot which aisle I got it from. It might have been where it might have been in the aisle where let me see. I can't remember. Oh, relish. It might be in the aisle where the relish was. I can't remember. But at first, I'd never heard of it, so I thought it was an actual pepper. So I was looking in the produce section where the bell peppers and stuff were. I didn't see it, so I had to look it up to see what it was. Okay? But it's Italian seasoned. I hope it doesn't just the way the food tastes. But it probably got regular, but this one says Italian season. It's Mount Olive. So I think it was where the pickles are. Where the pickles are. Yes. Where the pickles are. Okay. 3/4 cup of the juice. And it says 8 to 10 pepperoncinis. These were just kind of sliced into like, like when you slice up an onion, like I was just telling you, and they come in just little strips. That's kind of like that. So you can just, it says 8 to 10, but you can sprinkle as many as you want on there. Depending how spicy. I'm not sure if this is spicy. I didn't actually take one and eat it. So, it says it has pepperoncini, water, vinegar, sea salt, dehydrated garlic, citric acid, calcium chloride, firming agent, spices, sodium benzate, and some other stuff, and turmeric for color. So, yeah, I'll stick that in the refrigerator. I'm guessing you got to refrigerate after you open. Oh, yeah, refrigerate after opening, it says. Okay, so that's all the ingredients you're going to need. And like I said, if you don't have a regular onion, you can always use minced onion. I'm guessing it'll work because I just sprinkled as much as I wanted on the bottom. Okay, and it said if you're not using a crockpot liner, spray your pan or oil it so it doesn't stick. Okay? So, I'm going to put the lid on it. Put the lid on it. The bag is not hanging down as much as I want it on one side, but anyways. So, put the lid on it. I'm going to turn it on high for 4 hours, and we're going to go from there. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, high for 4 hours. Okay, and when it's all done, I will show you the finished product. And I'll show you what else we're eating with it, but I don't really have to. I was going to just buy potatoes and chop it up and cook it from fresh. But then I forgot today my daughter is going, she's got a class that she's been doing. It's not like a college class, it's just like a relationship class or something like that. Or some kind of class like that. And she gets $187 stipend every week. And in the class, they feed them every time. Like, they'll tell them, do you want, like, certain nights they'll have McDonald's or Whataburger, a restaurant we have around here, a fast food place, or whatever. So they'll get them some fast food. The first night, I guess they had a raffle or they had something. She won this bottle. It's a pretty bottle. And then you put water in it and drink it throughout the day. She won that. I don't know if they've been doing any more drawings, but she hasn't mentioned winning anything else. But, yeah, and she said, I think the class is 3 weeks. And a week or two after the class is over, they'll get another week or two of $187 a week stipend. So, that class is about 3 o'clock, 3 to 7. So she goes after work. The few weeks she's been getting off a couple of hours earlier, just to do this class. But, yeah, and she can take an Uber or a Lyft. Well, they send her an Uber. They pay for it. So, the first day I took her, but after that, she's been taking an Uber from work. I don't know how they set it up. Somehow they told them how to do it. So they, and it's paid for. And then she takes one from the class home. So, on a day she's off of work, she just takes the Uber from home but she had the card today, so she brought it to me so I could go pick up my husband at 6. And she got the Uber from my house, so she just left. So, yeah. So, because I have to go pick up my husband at 6 o'clock, and this should be ready at 7, because I was thinking 3 to 7, and it's almost 3. It's 2:53. So, yeah, I have to pick him up at 6, and usually we get home by 7, because sometimes he'll get out right at 6, sometimes it'll be 6:15. It depends if he has to do any last-minute stuff or any last-minute cars want to come into Jiffy Lube. If one comes in 5 minutes ahead of time, he's got to finish with the car. So, And then we stop at the gas station where I get my free drink every day. I pay a monthly fee. I pay like $6 or something a month at the Circle K to get a free drink every day. Like, not a soda bottle, but like coffee, hot chocolate, or from the machine or the icy. But yeah, but we stop over there and then come home. So it's near 7 plus traffic. So once I get home, I'll just be able to pop the mashed potatoes in the microwave. I think in a previous video when I made the shepherd's pie, I showed you the mashed potatoes that I used for that. And I told you sometimes, you know, I use it for a side dish. But, you know, because usually if my daughter was picking up my husband or her boyfriend was, I would, you know, about 6:15, 6:30, I would start peeling potatoes, cutting potatoes up, and cooking them so they'll be ready at 7. But since we'll get home when this should be ready, I just want to pop that in there. And I've got a frozen bag of steamable green beans. But my main thing was I really wanted to show you guys how I prepared the chicken. Okay, something simple. If you have a crock pot, it's really simple. And I'm guessing you can do all this and put it on a pan. Put a foil on a sheet pan and then put the onions and then put the chicken on top and then pour the other stuff over top and put the butter slices on top and then bake it. I guess you can do that too. I mean, it didn't mention that, but I guess you could. But when it's done, I will show you the finished product. Alright, so here's the finished product. Let me show you what it looks like. It's a little hard to, can you see that? Alright, that's what it looks like in the crock pot. It's already on, it just turned to warm, so I'm going to get a bowl and usually, let me get the bowl out. Usually, if it's a recipe that really calls for shredded chicken, I will, I'm trying to get the bowl out. Sorry, guys. I will, you know, a new trick if you didn't know, you take your blender thing, your mixer that you mix, mashed potatoes or whatever with, or cake mixes, you know, your handheld blender. And you mix the, and you turn it on and it shreds the chicken, like, super well. But this time I'm not. I'm just going to put it into the bowl and I'm going to use a fork because it's not going into it, like, I'm not mixing it into a big pot of stuff. I'm just going to put it on our plate, but it's easier to eat them shredded up. The picture of the recipe shows it shredded up a little bit. Then I'll put some gravy over with the mashed potatoes. And if you heard a beep, that was the mashed potatoes. Like I said, I was going to use that. Bob Evans. I usually, the other one I had in my other video for the shepherd's pie, had the green background. Forgot the brand. I like that one a little bit better, but that one is like a 24 ounce. This is 32 ounces. So it doesn't have a family size one. And I wanted a little more. So Bob Evans has the family size. So let me get it out the microwave. Okay, let me move my headphones. Okay. So here's my mashed potatoes. So it needs 2.5, 3.5. So I'm going to do 3 more minutes. But I got to stir it up first. Let me see. Remove film and stir. So I removed the plastic. And I'm going to stir it up and then put it back in for 3 minutes. And then I'm going to do microwave the green beans. They're in a steamable bag and then I'll be done. Okay. Alright, they're kind of hot, but it has some cold spots. That's probably why. You stir it up. Okay. Now, I'm going to use this big fork. This fork is Uh-oh. Sorry guys, my drawer always falls in. They don't have the boards underneath. They're set a different way. So let me take the lid off. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get the chicken. Okay, I'm just letting you know, babe, if you see little things that look like onions because they've been cooked, so they kind of look like, but they're the pepperoncinis in the jar. Okay? This will be our first time tasting a pepperoncini, so we will see. Okay. The chicken was mostly thawed, but it was just a little tiny bit frozen. It had little frozen spots. But that's okay because the first chicken I just pulled out broke a little, so that means it cooked pretty well. And let me see. I'm just going to get a little bit of the little gravy looking stuff. The liquid in there, just a little salty. I didn't add any salt, and I guess maybe from the juice gravy, the ranch, and juice from the pepperoncini. But it tastes good. And there's enough liquid in there to put over our mashed potatoes. So I was thinking about putting the chicken back in there, but I'm not. I'm just going to leave it in the bowl. Because I'm not super shredding it. I'm just shredding it in big chunks. It's just 3 breasts. I thought about just putting 1 breast on each of our plates and go from there, but nah. I'm just going to shred it up in the... So let me shred it up. Alright, I think I got most of it shredded up. I don't need it, like, completely, like, totally shredded. Okay. Oh, if you hear that beep, that's my mashed potatoes. Let me get them out. But I'll show you. Okay. So let me get the mashed potatoes out. Mashed potatoes done. I bought 2 green beans. I think we only need 1 pack. Let's see how long. 5 to 6 minutes. I'm going to do 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, and once I'm done with that, I'll dump it in a bowl. I'll put some salt and butter. I was going to put regular salt, but I may do sea salt. Some butter. I know there's other good ways to season green beans and make it, like, pick it up, make it more, not super fancy, but a little more than just plain. But I don't really know any of that, but I know there's ways. Let me see, I'm just tasting. Okay. So, once again, it's called Crockpot Mississippi chicken. Okay? And I will show you. Let me see. That's the juice. Okay, it's got the pepperoncinis in there and little pieces of chicken that might have fallen off, but yeah, let me see. Yeah. And probably some of that minced onion that I sprinkled in here. So, the minced onion, the pepperoncinis, and any little tiny pieces of chicken that fell off. Okay, so, sorry. Sorry, I was just taking some dishes out of the dishwasher because I was trying to get to my... But I'll get the rest later, but I just wanted to get some silverware to eat with. Because usually what we do is we'll wash dishes by hand always. Wash dishes by hand. And then put them in our dishwasher to dry. And if we do dishes at night, I'll take them out the next day, sometime in the morning or afternoon or something. I don't know, whatever. But if we do if I do dishes in the morning, because it's very rare, but every once in a blue moon, I may be so extra tired that I can't do Now that's not when we had a big dinner. We always do the dishes, but if it's a few dishes in there, I'll do them in the morning. But yeah, if I do something in the morning or mid-afternoon because I was making something, you know, I'll give it a few hours to dry. You know. But yeah. So yeah, let's see. About a minute and a half. So I'm going to go ahead. Got the spoon for the mashed potatoes. And I've got this. I usually do that with the vegetables. So, you know, when I melt the butter in there, we don't have a plate full of, you know, liquid, you know, it kind of drains out the holes. Okay? So this, and I have a super big spoon. See, these are my tablespoons, and I'm going to use this one just to scoop out the liquid to pour over our chicken and mashed potatoes. And I've got this spoon that I stirred the mashed potatoes with as I'm going to serve. Then I got the big fork, and I've got the plates out. Let me get a bowl. Sorry, guys. Trying to get a bowl and I knocked some other Tupperware out of the cabinet, so I was picking it up. So that bowl. Okay. Got the bowl for the vegetables, and there it goes. So let me get it out. It beeps. Usually, since I'm not making some big major meal and it's a quickie, well, the crock pot was 4 hours, but it just sat there. But I'm not frying on the stove and doing all sorts of stuff. Usually, I either won't record or I won't. I'll just show you the main crock pot meal and that's it. But let me get the butter out. But I'm going through it all, even though it's just microwave mashed potatoes. And microwave green beans. Stir it up. Because I want to plate it, and I want to show you what it looks like plated. And then I'll take a picture of it, and I'm going to post it on my Facebook. Both my Facebook pages. My Elizabeth Gibbs. That's my personal page. If you're not friends with me or following me on there, you can do that. And Elizabeth's Life. Follow me on there as well. Elizabeth's Life is my professional page. My content creator, as I want to call it. and it's available to the public. Doesn't go just to my friends. It's a public page. So that's where I do all my lives every other day. Tomorrow I'm doing a live. By the time I post this, I probably will have already done my live. So it's no use mentioning that. But because I do it like 10:30 in the morning. So. But yeah, I usually do it 10:30 in the morning. Trying to reach the sea salt. Sea salt. I usually do the live at 10:30 in the morning. By the time you see this, I will have done Tuesday's live already. But that means if I did Tuesday, I'll probably go live Thursday. So just to give you a heads up. And I always create an event. A live event. So if you follow me and click on one of my videos that's already there, click the 3 dots and click get notified when I go live. Then you'll get notified every time I go live or when I create a live event or whatever, you know? Okay, it's called Elizabeth with apostrophe S, Life, L-I-F-E. Follow me. And if you want to follow my personal page, you can too. That's just Elizabeth Gibbs. I've got 500 followers on there, but I'm trying to get to 1,000 so I can do the stars. The Elizabeth's Life, I have to really build that one up. But yeah, just so you know. And if you haven't liked and subscribed to my YouTube channel, now's a good time to do so. And share so other people will subscribe. I want to build it, you know, trying to become a YouTuber. But I need a minimum of 50 subscribers so I can go live on YouTube. YouTube won't let you go live until you have at least 50 subscribers. So let's help me get there. I probably have 16 or 17 subscribers so far. So, yeah, help me out. So I'm going to add the sea salt to the green bean. Okay. Now let me mix that up. Okay, that's good. So, I'm going to go ahead and plate up. Make a plate. Put this butter away. But I'm going to go ahead, make a plate, and I'll show you what the plate looks like, and then I'll take a picture of it. And by the time you see this video, because I'll probably post it on Tuesday, but by the time I say that, you already saw the video. But yeah, by the time I post this, the picture should already be up. But if you haven't seen I'll post it and then I'll let people know that it's going to go on YouTube and probably post my YouTube link under in the comments. I usually do that. So, yes, I'm making a plate. I'd like to show y'all what it looks like plated. Okay. Alrighty, now some of this meat. Yeah, my dog's staring me hard. I know people say don't feed your dog, and I used to feed her too much, I think. But I did stop feeding her so much lately. She hasn't had as much. She's probably wondering where all the food went that we used to feed her. But I might give her just a few pieces of chicken, because it's chicken. And I don't think chicken's gonna hurt a dog. Chicken is actually good for a dog. So, but I'm gonna stop giving her other stuff that's not like pizza. I swear, but yeah. But don't get me, but yeah, but I have stopped. But I'll probably give her a little bit of chicken. So now, turn it around. Put some of this. Put some of the gravy on. Alrighty, that looks good. Okay, so let me show you. Put that stand down. Okay, there's the plate. And just to let you know, the beginning of this video probably explains what I put in there, the measurements and everything, because I mentioned that in every video. But if you want to see the actual recipe, what their professional picture looks like or anything else, you on my regular page, not my Elizabeth's Life public page, the content creator page, but Elizabeth Gibbs, my regular personal page, there's a group on there that I run, and it's called Facebook Cooks with an S. Just Facebook and then Cooks with an S. If you want to join that group, you can. What we do is we post recipes. I find recipes, I post them. Even when you join, if you find a recipe on Facebook or somewhere else and you want to post it to the group, you can do so. We do that so we don't lose the recipes. And you can always search them back up later. You can put the name in, and if it's in there, it'll come back up. But what I usually ask is, not everyone does it, but I ask, if you make one of the recipes, can you just post a picture of what it looks like when you're done in the comments in that group, so we can all just see how yours looked and turned out. It's just, something cool. But yeah, if you want to join that to get recipes and add recipes, go, so be it. But the Crockpot Mississippi chicken will be in there too if you want to look that up. Okay? So y'all have a wonderful night. I appreciate y'all, and I love you, and stay positive. Bye-bye.